Welcome to Simply Excel. In this video we're going to take a look at calculating percentages in Excel and also formatting the cells that display them. To start with, we're going to do a simple percentage calculation. For example, if I wanted to calculate the percentage awarded to this student for each module in his course, I could do the following calculation. We're going to do equals to signify that we're going to do a calculation, and then we're going to say it's 43 marks out of a possible 50 marks. By default, Excel will display a calculation like that as a decimal, so now we just need to format it as a percentage. So if we click on the cell with our result in it and just come up to our number formatting area and click the percentage icon, you'll see that's converted our 0.86 to 86%. So I can then just copy that formula down by double clicking in the bottom right hand corner, and we can see our percentages for each module. Now before we go off and look at some other percentage calculations like increasing values by a certain percentage or decreasing them by a certain percentage, we're going to look at formatting the cells, because there's a few things to note about this. In our example just now, we had a value that was a decimal value, so it was 0.86, and we formatted that as a percentage and it nicely converted it to 86%. If however we'd typed in 86 and then formatted that as a percentage, you'll see that's showing 8600%. That's because in the background of a percentage value, Excel always stores a decimal. If I did want to type percentages in manually, I just have to bear in mind that what Excel's doing in the background is it's multiplying the value that we've given it by 100 to calculate the percentage. So if I wanted to type in my 86% manually, I could just type in 0.86 and then come back and format that existing value. So that's the behaviour of Excel if you're formatting existing values as percentages. The other way you could approach it is you can format your cell as a percentage to begin with, and then that will allow you to type 91% in just by typing the 91. So it's just something to be aware of, that the cells do behave differently depending on whether you format them after they've got a number or a calculation in them or before. Another way to format your percentage correctly as you're typing in is to use the percentage sign on your keyboard. So if we go 95%, that will format it, and you can see if we go back to that cell, it's picked up the percentage formatting automatically. Another thing we can do with our percentage values is increase and decrease the number of decimal places that are shown. And that's using these two buttons here in the number formatting area. The left hand one will increase the decimal. Again, you can keep going with that to get to the degree of accuracy you want. Or if you're finding that there's too much detail in there, you can use the right hand button to reduce those spaces, and you'll see that automatically rounds the number. So 91.429 becomes 91.43. The next thing we're going to look at is how to calculate a percentage increase on a value. In this example, I want to give all my employees a 5% bonus for their work. First thing I need to do is format all these cells as a percentage. And then I'm just going to put 5 in each cell. I'll add a total column on so I can display the total amount of salary including bonus. You might think all you need to do to calculate the total for each employee is to do salary plus 5%, but if we tried to do that, we're not going to get our desired result. What we actually need to do is calculate what 5% of the salary is and then add that on. Now there's a couple of ways of doing this. We can either use equals our salary plus our salary again times 5%. And that gets us our £21,000. Second way we can do this is to say we want to calculate our salary times 1 plus our percentage. And again, that gets us the same result. So that's just two different ways of calculating the same thing. And again, I can just copy that down by double clicking in the bottom right hand corner, and you can see that applies the 5% bonus to each salary. If I wanted to reduce a value by a certain percent, I could use a similar formula. Again, I've got the two options. I can either go our original price minus our original price times 5%, gets us to our £95, or I can do equals our original price times 1 minus our percentage. Again, gets to the same value, just two different ways of doing it. And finally, we're going to look at doing comparisons between amounts to find percentage differences between them. For example, if I want to see how quarter 2 compares to quarter 1, so before I get started, I've formatted that cell as a percentage. Now if I want to look at the comparison between quarter 2 and quarter 1, I can simply go equals quarter 2 divided by quarter 1, and you'll see that's 120% of the previous quarter. Again, I can copy those down by double clicking. If I want to calculate the difference, it's similar to calculating an increase or a decrease by percentage. I need to isolate that difference from 100%. I'm going to type in here equals. Firstly, we're going to find the difference between the two cells. So I'm going to put brackets around this. So our quarter 2 minus quarter 1. And now we're going to use that difference, so that £5,000, to calculate the percentage of quarter 1. And that's our 20% difference. If I copy that down, you'll see that works with differences that are negative as well. So we can see that in quarter 3 we did 17% less than in quarter 2, and in quarter 4 we did 20% less than in quarter 3. I hope you found this guide to calculating and formatting percentages in Excel useful. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more Excel tips. Thanks for watching.